Hello Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting November 6th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you out there, remember that if you ever want to get a session with me, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you would go to get either a downloadable video file or to schedule a session with me. So what is going on with your astrology this week? Well, on Thursday, we've got a very lovely angle with the Sun in your 11th house of friendships and social networking, forming a helpful sextile to Pluto currently in your sign. And when it comes to these two planets coming together, a lot of you Capricorn people may actually find that a friend has set some new kind of rule for you, or perhaps actually gone around behind your back and helped you get around some kind of red tape, some kind of limitation, or some kind of barrier that you've been trying to transcend or cross through. Now this could be a friend at work, this could be just simply a friend helping you find a loophole to exploit. But when the Sun is sextiling Neptune, this is about overcoming an obstacle. This can also be a great new opportunity for you and a friend to form some kind of tentative alliance or partnership when it comes to changing a rule or policy in some kind of group organization or, or situation where it does need to go. And so that adventure may start on Thursday. On Saturday, we've got Saturn, planet of restrictions, yes, boundaries, and order in your 12th house of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And it's forming a very harmonious trine to Uranus, currently in your 4th house of home and family. And we may be noticing that there is some order being brought to chaos when it comes to a family matter that goes back a long time. This could be a situation with a relative or possibly even a roommate or even an old family or property matter that has been way too up in the air, way too disorganized, or very much just sort of a thorn in your side or in your family's side. Usually when Saturn's involved, it again brings a new rule or a new limitation or restriction, but in this case it's working against your enemy or against the enemy issue, so to speak, and again, working on your behalf. For your spiritual advice, we do have the card of the Black Cat. And I think this is very similar to... Did you have this one last... I think you might have had this one last week as well. And with the Black Cat, we do talk about, again, luck changing. The text is the luck will soon change. And this can actually work out extremely well. But again, it's always a bit of a warning when it comes to this card. Your luck soon changing could mean bad turning to good, but also good turning to bad. If there are things that we need to get involved in, it is, our life this week. Sometimes we really defer way too much to things that are only as useful as the weather. Astrology, for instance, is the weather. Whether it rains or whether it snows, you've got to know how to get around, no matter what. Don't sit and wait for the rain or the snow to do it for you. And with the Black Cat, this could be a situation where if you leave a bad situation alone, it can get better on its own, which is good. But if you leave a good situation on its own, it will go sour. And this week it's time to shift where our attention is going. And also to pay attention to where there may be some things that we can, kind of devote more of our attention to the good things, to maintaining the good things in our life, the positive reinforcement of the good changes that are going on. Leaving the negativity alone this week to be of its own devices. Sometimes being too hands-on with the Black Cat can be a problem, because we're a little bit too involved, we're too close to the case, so to speak, to solve that issue. And an external force may need to intervene. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the Nine of Swords, reversed. This card is kind of interesting to get when it comes to money because it's fear or anxiety about something that most likely will not come to pass. And that in and of itself, though, can be a bit of a problem when we're dealing with a client, we're dealing with a coworker, or a boss, or even just something going on possibly economically where people are reacting to a problem that hasn't started yet. Some people are their own doom in a lot of ways because they actually do more damage to themselves in the anxiety and the hysteria and the emotional highs that come before whatever they're worried about, than whatever they're worried about could ever do. And this could be something that we do have to tango with at work, Never underestimate what one person will do when they're panicking in the dead of night. They will screw everything up. And the Nine of Swords reverse is saying, ultimately, this is not necessarily anything you need to get involved in. This could be a rash of, behavior that could look like peer pressure to do this differently, do that differently with the way you're running your business, how you're handling your projects, where you're investing your money. The Nine of Swords reversed is basically saying, stay away from the hysterical herd this week. The Nine of Swords reversed, as far as those of you looking for a new job are concerned, is actually saying you may get a bit of a red herring this week. You may think that you may have botched an interview or bombed some kind of evaluation. Possibly not so. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Page of Wands reversed. Now, it does seem like there's going to be some flaky energy going on around you. The Page of Wands reversed can indicate somebody bailing out or backing out of something that they've committed to with you. And with the Page of Wands reversed, this could be somebody who actually said they were going to be there, whether they RSVP'd already, whether they already made the, they already said they were going to. They could have already put their money down or a deposit down or whatever was going on there. But the truth of the matter is, they couldn't have done it. They said they were, knowing they probably weren't, or they said they were and just, forgot about it. I'm not sure. Don't take it too personally. This person doesn't seem very reliable anyway. I like to think of it as an impairment. The Page of Wands reversed can indicate, though, again, with this person, kind of bouncing or piecing out, we're going to need to be able to find a replacement. If you have a suspicion, or somebody may already be kind of dropping hints that they're that person, replace them. Okay? Don't try and haggle with this situation. They're not going to make it anyway. For your challenge this week with fire, we have the Eight of Swords reversed. This card is actually a really good card to get as a challenge, and it's actually a really good card to get reversed. Again, there's no such thing as splitting into black and white. It's an illusion. The Eight of Swords reversed talks about the opportunity to actually break free from something that has been maybe too much of a mental preoccupation or too much of a time occupation in your life. And it is something that you can let go, but it's something that you hold on to on principle, something that you might not necessarily really need anymore. The Eight of Swords, when it's upright, we talk about paralysis due to a mental fixation. And so when we look at the Eight of Swords reversed, there's an opportunity to break free of it, whether it's breaking free of a toxic, maybe a toxic friendship, maybe a chore, an obligation, or maybe even a group, or something that you normally just, again, do that tends to bring out the worst in you. This week there's an escape, and even if you didn't think there was an escape, it will be afforded to you if you want to take it. It's a good challenge to have. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we have the King of Pentacles upright. Excellent card for love and romance, not just because you're an earth sign yourself, Capricorn, but the King of Pentacles does indicate that there will be an opportunity for a new lover coming your way. Now, usually with the King of Pentacles, we do see somebody who carries a lot of earth sign energy, very similar to yourself. Could be another Capricorn, possibly a Taurus or a Virgo. Usually with the King of Pentacles, we do see somebody who you can definitely respect because they have, this is somebody who's kind of already either realized their dream, they're working their dream, or it's about to come to fruition. Now, I'm not sure what this dream necessarily is, whether it's the, their quality of life, the job they have, whatever. But this is somebody who's definitely really all about actually realizing and substantiating their goals. They are not pipe dream people. The King of Pentacles is definitely somebody like, we don't put something on paper unless we're actually going to do it. Which I think a lot of Capricorn people really do respect, because it's sometimes, you have the pie in the sky people. King of Pentacles, not that person. For those of you who are currently coupled, the King of Pentacles does indicate that your partner may actually be realizing one of his or her goals this week, or actually finally maybe getting up the courage or getting up the mettle to put such a thing forth into being for him or herself. And this actually will change their demeanor and their disposition quite a bit. We're seeing, actually a very nice change, I guess you could say, in their disposition over this. You never underestimate what happens to a person's psychology when they finally actually get, start getting down to doing the work they actually want to do. You will notice almost like an overnight change, but this will actually be something that is an asset to the relationship and the family as a whole. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.